What's up, guys? Welcome back to JodabeniTV. Today's another amazing day to get after. We're going to be better today than we were yesterday. And for today's video, pretty much I'm going to be having my teammate, his name is William, and he's on a full ride here at UTRGV. And pretty much he's going to tell you his awesome story on how he got to the point where he is, where he has a full ride scholarship at a Division I school. Let's get to it. Make sure you guys like, subscribe this video. JodabeniTV, great content. Thank you for having me today. Let's get to it. And another thing, he has his own channel too. I'll be sure to link it down in the description box below. And I'll let him tell you guys his story on how he got his full ride. So William, the floor is yours.
Hey guys, what's up? It's William Akio. I'm a forward for UTRGV Soccer, and this is my story. So, it all started when I was a young boy. I was actually 12 years old when I started playing soccer. And before that, I was in love with hockey. Me and my brothers, we always used to play hockey. It was something that we really wanted. And I actually wanted to go pro as a hockey player, living in Canada. And, I played hockey for a while. And one day, I was actually driving home with my dad from Walmart. And I seen a advertisement board. And it was to join a recreational soccer league. It was actually called Northside Soccer, and that's the very first club I played for. So I went to the tryouts, and I was terrified. 12-year-old boy, I was terrified. Didn't really know how to play competitive soccer, recreational soccer. I'd always used to just kick the ball around to my brothers in the backyard. And I show up to the tryout, and there's kids. They got shin pads on. They're wearing proper cleats and everything. And I showed up in jeans and some boots, just because I didn't know what I needed to wear. So I showed up, and everyone was looking at me. Everyone was looking at my dad like, this kid, what is he wearing? Is he supposed to be here? And it was funny. But once the tryout actually started, it was the second I touched the ball, I just ran with the ball. I just started shooting and scoring. I didn't even pass the ball, guys. Like I was just in the moment. And that's when I knew, I had a feeling. I was like, soccer is the sport for me. And from that day on, I've just been given 110% to get where I am today. When I started playing, I was playing U12, and after the first season of playing U12, I jumped up to the U14s, still being 12 years old. And then once I got to age 14, I jumped up to the U16s. Pretty much after my youth, I had 0 offers for colleges, guys. There was nobody that wanted me, and I kind of felt a little bit discouraged, but that just made me stay home and stay at home and apply for all the local colleges at home. So SAIT ended up offering me to come to tryouts and see how I do. So when I went to tryouts for SAIT, I was kind of intimidated, but at the same time I felt very excited and very ready, because they were the only school that were able to give me an option, and I just wanted to give them my everything. So I showed up to tryouts. We just had a few games and a little bit of fitness testing. I did very well in the fitness testing, and we went on to the games. And after we played the games, the coach actually came up to me, pulled me aside from everyone, and he looked at me and he's just like, William, like, you're on the team. You don't even have to come back for the rest of the tryouts. And in my head, I was just thinking, like, is this real? Like, and I was just super excited. And he was just telling me that, you have raw talent. You work very hard. You don't give up. And that's one thing I just seen from you, just watching you play, running all over the place. And guys, that just got me super excited. That for me was like reassurance that I'm a good player and I can take the sport further. So after the tryouts, we had individual training sessions with players and the coaches. And this is where, Coach Grant, he really helped me excel in my game. I was a forward that didn't really know the tactics side of the game. I would just kick the ball down the line and run, kick the ball down the line and run, cross it in or look for a shot. And he really broke down my game. So he showed me how to strike the ball properly with the laces of my foot, the side of my foot, control the ball with the outside of my foot. And those are little things as a forward that are super important that I had no idea how to. So I'm very grateful for that. So preseason comes along. We have a great preseason. I love all my players. Everything was going very well. And they were treating me, I was a freshman, but they were treating me like a senior at that point. And I just showed so much love, and I was just very happy for that. So the season starts, and our first game, I scored my very first goal. I got subbed on in the 75th minute, And Grant pulled me aside. He's like, "You're gonna go in, debut, just have fun, don't think too much, and you'll score a goal." Those are the exact words he told to me. And he winked at me as I'm waiting at the halfway line to get subbed in. So I get subbed in. First touch on the ball, I get smashed, and I'm just looking around. I'm not focusing on the game. My head's all over the place. And then my second touch on the ball, I get smashed again, and it just kept on getting smashed. And I was feeling really discouraged and stuff, but my players, the senior players, they were always looking out for me, and they just told me, "Will, just play your game. Don't worry about the defender. Don't worry about your bad touches. Don't worry about anything. Just play your game." And one of the last plays in the game, I get the ball on my left side, I drop my shoulder, beat the defender, run down the line, beat another defender, and I just hit it with my left across the body, and the ball literally just trickled under the goalkeeper's hands into the bottom corner. And I just felt so much release in my body. I was like, wow, I scored my first college goal. So for my celebration, my main celebration, I did my backflip, and everyone ran around me, and I just felt so loved, guys. And that was just for me. I just felt super happy, and I just knew that this sport, I was going to take it as far as I can, and I wasn't going to worry about anything that came my way. I never wanted to feel discouraged. I didn't care if coaches didn't like me. I didn't care if players didn't like me. I love the game, and that's what I want you guys to think of the game like, if you guys want to bring it up to the next level. So after my very first season, my accolades, I won Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, All-Conference Player, Top 11, and Top Goal Scorer for Rookie. So we move on to my second season, and I had a very good second season, same type of accolades I received, and this is when I kind of knew that I needed something else. But the level of my college, it was nowhere near the NCAA level. It was literally the fourth division compared to NCAA, because you have my level of college, ACAC, and then you have CIS, and then you have NCAA D3, D2, and then D1 where I am at now. So that was a big jump for me. Me wanting to go to a better school, me wanting to go to a better team, play with better players. It was tough because I didn't really have the connections. I didn't really have the support at that time. But I knew for me, it was time to get ready. It was time to change, and it was time to push for more. So after my second year was done, I actually applied for, at this time it was called PDL, USL PDL. And this was a very rough time for me, guys. The USL PDL I felt like it was a curse to me. I tried out my very first year. I didn't even get looked at. Like after the first tryout, I didn't even get looked at. He told me, "You're not good enough to play on this team," and it was tough. I went home, I was crying, and I was like very sad. I didn't want to come back I didn't want to come back to the community college and play a whole 4 years there. I played men's league, and I just wanted to stay fit and keep my shape. And the next season comes around, guys, I did this for a whole year. Like I just grinded literally for a whole year and just worked on my own game. Whether that's outside with my friends, outside my brothers for 2-3 hours a night until they get mad and they want to go inside, and I'm still out there working because I got cut after the first day of tryouts. And I just felt very discouraged. I felt like I wasn't even good enough for football anymore. So I come around the second season and I make it to after the first set of tryouts, I make it to the second. And the second set of tryouts is the game. So we play the game. I actually scored a goal in the game. And for me inside, I felt like I had it. I felt like I made it to the third and final cuts of the traveling. You get to travel with the team, the first team, and you get to travel out and play universities in Canada. So I get the call that I didn't make it. And for me, it was I couldn't sleep for a couple of days. I kind of had no idea what to do in terms of soccer, in terms of progressing, because how was I supposed to get here? How was I supposed to get to a bigger school? How was I supposed to get in front of bigger coaches, pro coaches, if I can't even make a PDL team, a USL PDL team, right? I just kept on training, And I told myself, you know what? I'm gonna show up to the practice, the first practice of the PDL season. I'm gonna just show up and see what happens. And I showed up in just some random shorts, shirt, my cleats, and everybody was looking at me like, this guy got cut. This guy got cut. And I went straight to the coach, and I was just like, you know, can I train? I want to train. Can I train? And he let me train, guys. He let me train, and he said, you know, I'm not really gonna offer you anything. You can come train. If I like you, we can talk more about it and see how it goes. He let me train the guys for 1 month before the season started. And in that 1 month, it was tough. Players would just make fun of me, you know, they never thought I was good enough. They would yell at me when I would put in a hard challenge. I'm trying to prove myself. They would get mad at me because the starting 11 didn't want to get injured, you know, they didn't want a little kid coming in and ruining their practice. And, you know, it was tough. I was really sad. I didn't really have friends at that time. I only had a couple boys that really liked me, and I didn't really feel welcomed. So I did that first month there. Didn't end up getting signed, but they still kept me around for practice. So I knew for me that was a sign. If they're still gonna keep me around to prove myself, but even though I'm not on the team, I don't have the benefits, that for me was okay. That for me was totally okay. So the second month comes in, we're still training, and I'm still not getting time even in practice. I'm just sitting there watching the drills. I would get in once in a while, and a time like this, guys, you feel worthless. You feel like nothing. And I want to tell you guys, if you guys are in a situation like that, just keep working hard. Coaches love it when you prove them wrong. And that was my mentality. I want to prove this guy wrong. And after the second month was over, I played in a couple little scrimmages against some small universities. I would always score. And I worked so hard. I would run the most in the game. And I just had this line mentality of me. And he ended up signing me at the end of the second month, a little bit into the season. Ended up signing me. And guys, that was the greatest feeling ever. That just to me proved to me that I can do anything. You know, I can make any team I want as long as I work hard and I stay focused. So guys, as soon as I make the team, I get my gear, you know, I'm ecstatic. But the only problem was the distance of these trainings. It was 45 minutes away from my house, sometimes an hour. And my dad was working out of the city, so I had to take the bus, I had to train, I had to walk, whatever it was, an hour and a half, 2 hours. I had to fetch rides. I'm sure people were sick of me asking for rides, but I wasn't gonna let transportation ruin my dreams, ruin my goals. No way. I was gonna find a way to get there because I wanted it that bad. We start the season, we're probably 1/3 into the season. I get signed, and you know, it was a blessing from God. I was one of three forwards. So I would travel every single travel week. I would travel, and that for me was like, that was amazing. I didn't mind if I didn't play. I knew my position on the team. And this is what some people gotta understand. If you make a team, it doesn't mean you're playing 90 minutes. It doesn't mean you're playing 5 minutes, you know? But you just gotta do what you gotta do. So my role, I just make sure everything was good. I make sure everyone had waters and stuff like that. And I would just try to prove to coach that I want this just as bad as everyone here, even more. So my coach actually brought me in one practice, and you know, he told me how much he loved my attitude, my work ethic. You know, I never got brought down. And that's something about me that, you know, I have pride in myself, you know. And if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it 100%, and I don't care what you think, because I'm gonna get it. And that was just my mentality. And I was so respectful. Whatever he did to me, you know, he didn't play me. He didn't play me the whole first season. He didn't play me. I sat on the bench, and you know, I was happy. I was happy just to wear the kit, guys. And that for me meant a lot, just to be part of the team. So, you know, we get on to the second season, and the second season was quite similar. I didn't get to play a lot, and at this point I was feeling really sad because I wanted to play. But you know, I would show myself in trainings. I would work hard in trainings. I would do the extra fitness in trainings, and I would just keep wanting to show coach. And he would always tell me, keep working, keep proving it to me, keep proving it to me. I was proving it to him. And at one point I thought that he was just, you know, he really just didn't care. And he was just using me just to have numbers at 24 in a squad. But yeah, he didn't play me. It was tough. You know, I kind of wanted to quit at one point. I wanted to stop and just be like, you know, I'm just gonna go back to my college and take things easy and, you know, just ride it out. But I didn't quit, you know. All my best friends, my brothers, my family, they just said keep working, don't quit. You'll see, you know. during the end of the season, we had a home game against Seattle, and coach put me on. He put me on this like 70th minute. It was tie game. One of my friends, Tofa, gets tackled out in the wing, and it's a free kick, and it's like 80 something minute. It's a free kick, and my other teammate Jonesy whips the ball in, and I just jump up. The net's behind me. I have no idea, and I just jump up and I flick the ball with the back of my head, and I score the game-winning goal for us. I think it was to go to playoffs, and I was just, oh my goodness. Everybody was screaming, all the fans. There was at least like 800 people watching. All the fans were there, and it was just like I put my mark, and it felt so good to score that goal at home. My old coaches, everyone was watching that game, and they just seen that hard work. All that hard work led down to that moment, that one goal that I scored. And that was the biggest change for me. That's when I changed as a player. I brought it up to the next level. That was a different caliber for me after that goal. It's little moments like that, guys, where you feel so good, and you throw back everything, all the hard work, all the dirt you went through, you throw all that back because you're moving on to the next level. And that's how it felt like for me. So that was about the end of the second season for me with the PDL team, and I was happy because I knew I was going to come back next season stronger and ready than ever. So now we come on to the third season, guys, and I feel completely different in my game. I feel completely different in my style, and I'm ready to go. I didn't really get to play much in the beginning of the season, but as I went on into the end of the season, one day coach brought me aside and he said, "You're gonna play in the semifinal match. You're gonna play in the semifinal match. One of our strikers is injured, our other forward is injured, and he told me, you're gonna play in this match. You're ready to play." And I didn't play very much in the regular season, maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes here and there. And I was like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to play. And this game was the best game of my entire life, guys. This game was the best game of my life. I played 90 whole minutes. From the second that game started, I knew I'm scoring, I'm doing whatever. We're winning this championship. It was a Western Conference final in the PDL to go into the national semifinal. Right into the game, I'm running all over the place. I'm tackling. My energy is absolutely insane, and that's motivating everyone around me. All my senior players, they're looking at me and they're like, "Wow, keep working, you're doing well. They're encouraging me, and I love that so much from them." So I score my first goal. Ball comes in, whipped in from the top from the center back, and I put it top corner and I do my backflip celebration. Score that first goal, guys. I felt so happy. We're up. I brought my team up 1-0. It was crazy. And then the second play, I take a defender down the wing, whip the ball on the floor. My teammate Ali puts it top corner. That's 2. And at this moment, I knew the game's over, and I helped my team win this game. I went on to almost score my 3rd goal and a 4th goal, and I was just ecstatic that whole game. And I was working super hard. And we come into the change room after the game. We're all celebrating Western Conference final. I won MVP of that game, and that for me was just assurance that I'm gonna take the sport to the next level, and I know I will. So we actually go on, win the semifinals, and we actually win the finals of the PDL, and that for me was just a lot of weight off my shoulders, guys. That for me was just a lot of hard work. Those 3 years playing in this league was a lot of work. I felt like they abandoned me or they disrespected me, but you know what it did? It made me stronger. It made me who I am today. And having that championship just means so much to me, and no one can ever take that away from me. So the weeks go on, guys, and I was always talking to myself. I was like, season's over. What do I got? What do I have now? And I was gonna stay. There was a new CPL was building up, and my team that we won the championship was just gonna move up to the professional team in the CPL, and I was happy for that. They were gonna give me an opportunity to play for them and stuff, but I'd always had a dream to go into the States and play in the NCAA, hopefully push for MLS one day, in Europe and so forth. So I had a dream one night, and I had an offer to an NCAA Division I school. And that's all my dream was, is you have an offer, and it's paper. And I woke up, and I knew that that's something that I really wanted, even though that I had the whole setup with the new CPL league that was, forming in 2019. It was coming into place. They were going to give me an opportunity to play for the CPL and try out preseason and whatever. But who knows? I might have not played that much, because I know they're going to ship players from Europe and everything. I was a young player, so I don't know if I was going to play a lot. And I wanted to play. I wanted to keep playing. That was my most important thing, is to play. No matter what, just keep playing. No matter what level, no matter where you're at, just make sure you're playing. Make sure you're working hard. So I wake up one day, and I seen a message on my phone, and it was Coach. And he said, I'd like to talk to you. I've talked to your goalkeeper, Marco Carducci. I thank him for this too. And, they talked to him a little bit about me. They watched my game in the Western Conference semifinal, my best game ever I played. And he said that he wanted to give me an offer, guys. Full ride offer. And I couldn't even believe it. I just looked at that message for a week. I thought it was fake. And, I broke down crying. Like, for me, it was a lot. Like, I get to go to school for free. I get to do 4 years of academics for free, and I get to play at the best level in college in America for free. And they take care of me, guys. And that for me was like, that touched me in my heart a lot, because I get to be the first person in my family that gets to get a degree. I get to be the first person in my family that gets to move to America and live his dream. And it was a lot for me. I showed my parents. They didn't really know like what to do or how to go about it, but it was huge. I ended up taking the deal, guys, and had an amazing first year with this team. Everything, the second I came here, everything was just amazing. It was exactly what I wanted. I had an amazing first year, amazing second year, almost won the championships. We came close, lost in semifinals. And, now today, I'm a captain of the UTRGV soccer, guys, and it's big from where I started and where I came from. And I'm just super blessed for everyone that's helped me out through the way. And I just hope that you guys can just, look at this story and, just don't give up on your dreams, and just keep working hard no matter what, because you're going to go through dirt, but it's what you make out of it, guys. Thank you.
I can feel my face.